Okay. Well, good afternoon, Miss Julia.
Hello, sir.
Okay, so I just focused to your LP for this week.
Okay.
So for the grammar, you are going to see what
Expressing future time, part two.
what chapter?
Expressing future time, part two. Wait,
Chapter 8,
chapter
11.
11.
11, right?
Wait.
Chapter 11.
Yes.
Okay, Miss Julia.
Yes.
So based on your LP over here, I want to ask you about grammar and also Oxford reading and writing.
Yes.
Okay. So, all right. The first question, can you explain to me between the difference between might, may, and will?
Okay. May and Mike are look similar, but May and Mike is used for they are as models and they are for possibility, and May is stronger than Mike. For example, I give an example a sentence. It may rain, so it means that it is going to rain. But if I say it might rain, it means that it is not. Mean it doesn't rain. Maybe it won't rain. So it's about the strongest.
Are you sure?
Yes, May is stronger than Mike.
What about might, may, and will?
But will is show for future time. It is used to show a plan. It is used to show an actions or plan that is going to do in the future next time.
So might.
Might is also to show future time,
So
but it's less stronger. So it's for example, it might rise. So it means that it can uh, it can happen or it also cannot happen.
it can happen
Or,
or it
or
cannot happen.
yeah,
What is the best word to describe this?
to describe Mike. Mike is
Now to describe between this one about will and might, the differences. What is the best word to describe about this?
this is about possibility.
Yes. So the possibility of might, like what? Possibility of will, like what?
Possibility of Mike, it's less than will.
Okay. Next. So I just want to make sure that we are expected to answer this one based on the books. Even you give the correct answer based on your explanation, but it should be written as well in the book.
Okay.
All right. The second one here, the question is, what is different between may be and maybe?
With one
Combined
word.
words.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Maybe with one word, it is as adverb. So in a sentence, it can be added before the subject and before the verb. But maybe with two words, may, space be, it is as a verb. So it is used after the subject. For example, the sentence maybe I will come to your house tomorrow. So maybe is as adverb. If I
Okay.
say I may be in Jakarta, so it means that maybe from a sentence before as the verb. So
All right. So what about the position of this?
position of maybe as a verb.
Both of them can be used in the first of sentence or what?
For maybe as adverb is can be used. It's more flexible. It's more flexible. It can be used after subject, and it can be used before the verb. But for maybe with two words, it means that it is as verb. It only can be used after subject. So if, for example, I may be in Jakarta, so we cannot say may be I in Jakarta as well. So this is as verb. So when it is as verb, so it should follow the pattern subject after the first subject, after that the verb. So.
All right. So next we talk about this part. And how do you try to explain to your students about a future time clause?
Future time clause.
By using before, after,
When?
that.
Okay, the first future time clause. The first is I will explain that the sentence will have two sentences. The first main clause and the next one is the time clause. So the time clause, the main clause, we use the present sentence, simple present tense, and after that the next clauses for that, like before, after, should be related. So if it is simple present tense, so the clause should be the sentence after the clause should be in simple present tense as well. So for example,
So
before,
how the way they know that this one is main clause, this one is time clause?
okay, a time clause can be looked from the clauses, the time clause, like before, after. If
Don't you say that after, before the sentence,
oh, I see.
it should be time clause? We cannot say that, or I don't know. I just wanna make sure.
Yeah, for example, before I go to sleep, I brush my teeth. So before I go to sleep, this is as time clause. So before as the time clause, and the sentence should be in simple present tense, and we need to add commas. And after that, it goes to the main clause. So the main clause is more flexible. They can be put in front or in the back.
All right. So what is the things that you wanna tell to your students about this future time clause and future time clause? I mean.
Okay. So I will emphasize to the students that time clause can be used. The time clause, like before, after, can be used with simple present tense. So after the time clause, we use simple present tense, and the main clause should be simple present tense as well. Simple present tense, the main clause, and the sentence with the time clause should be in simple present tense as well.
Both of them simple present tense?
Yes.
Huh?
Simple present tense. Yes.
Both of them?
Yes. This is time clause for
Future.
for futures. For example, if before
You should say like this, right? Before you go to school, I will give you cake.
Yes, we can.
Yes, of course. It means that it should be because
main,
the name is future time clause that I asked here.
the main clause should be in simple present tense. The main clause in future, and the
Time clause
is simple present tense.
Yeah, this is something you should not forget, Miss.
Okay, so
Next, what about this? When we talk about future times, in this chapter 11. We also mentioned about expressing future and habitual present with time clause and if clause. Yes.
Yes.
Can you explain about if clause?
Okay.
Is it the same like future time clauses or like what?
Okay. I limit my part for this. So from my LP, I only discuss if clause with let me see. After if clause, we use a simple present tense, and then with future time zone. And for habitual actions, after if clause, we use simple present tense, and the main clause is simple present tense as well.
Sorry?
For habitual actions, after if clause, we use simple present tense, and the main clause be in simple present tense.
All right. Well, we go to this part of Oxford. It will be reading, right?
Yes, reading and writing.
Okay, so this maybe before that, I will go to your speaking project here. Because here you give sample bahasa and also English with the complete pattern and also connector and so on. And how do you apply this one in the class to make sure that everyone has this speaking and speaking project?
First, I show them the models of the answer, and after that, I instruct them to write their idea for the questions.
Sorry, what's the first step?
First,
You show the model.
yes.
After that,
After that, I read the answers along with the tenses and the pattern, and after that, I guide them to answer by using using their exercise book, and then I also emphasize them that they need to write.
so what do they write down there?
They write their own idea about the questions, and after that, along with the 5 different tenses as well. But I don't ask them to write the tenses that they have right answer. So I am on the spot, ask them what are the tenses that have you used for your
Because
speaking
here
project.
we provided tenses and also pattern and also connector.
Yes.
Don't you try to ask them to follow this pattern, or you just let them to use any pattern that they can use, any tenses they can use?
Yes, I give them freedom to use the tenses and the pattern. So I limit the tenses along about 5 tenses. So the pattern it should be okay for them to use to 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 use. So the pattern can be pattern A, B, or C.
Okay. Next, Oxford reading ya, Miss.
Yes.
Oxford reading and writing.
Yes.
Oxford Fight.
Yes, the Four Seasons. 51.
51.
51. About the Atacama desert until 53.
Okay, so now I want to ask this. In this part, there is a pack about Atacama Desert, right?
Yes.
What is Atacama Desert?
Atacama Desert is the driest desert in Chile, and it is very dry, and one of the driest place in the world, and then one of the big things ever happened there. So it is almost never rain. So in July 2000, in July, I forget the year. The rain makes the river flood, and it make the driest desert become a more beautiful desert because
Yes.
the seed under the ground start to bloom because of the rain. So, so the Atacama Desert becomes prettier. So it is covered with many beautiful with many colorful flowers with red, blue, purple, gray, and green. That's the things that I know about the Atacama Desert.
All right. So do you think this is the real or
Yes, of course, it's real.
fiction, Miss?
Yes, that's real. This one of the desert in Chile.
Okay. Next, because this one, what about this? What is the definition of scheming and also gist?
Skimming is the one of the reading technique that is used to make the student faster to understand the reading. So they don't need to read the word, the whole story or the whole text. They just need to see the first sentence of the first paragraph, and they get the gist of, so they can know what the story talk about. So they need to read the story, the
The
whole
whole
text.
story.
They just need to see the keyword and the first sentence for each paragraph. The first and the last sentence for each paragraph.
Let's wait for some. Okay, so it's about that part. So there is a reading text in this part, right?
Yes.
Yes. And also there is the exercise
Yes.
to make sure that the students can comprehend this text.
Yes.
All right. So what is activity that you give to the students beside this activity provided in this book, since you have more time than only one lesson in these 2 hours?
Yes. So after they read the text, so I ask them to answer the questions early, and after that I also ask them to skim the short story based on the topic that relate with the story, and then I ask them uh, to make the special activity of the understand. The activity like they read the story and I try to ask them to
This one is special activity.
No, I mean
is activity.
the activity that I made for them. I give them two short story, and after that they tried to skim the story, the text.
What about the ability of them to read the story?
Yes, after I give them time to read the story, I choose the 3 or 5 representative of the students to read the story, and then they understand the story, and then I ask them to skim the story, and then I ask them some questions related to the story.
So, do you think that this one is part